Hello everyone. We are changing locations today. As you can see, it's good to see you all again. Now I'm in the same park as last time, but in a different area. This one is super nice and quiet. It's actually a frisbee golf course, so if you see me dodging any frisbees, you'll know why. Oh, actually, one just landed there. So we'll be on the lookout. So it's very good to see you, everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about 28 years later. It's the biggest double take that I've done in a movie in my life, and by that I mean that I have to admit that at first I don't even want to say it, I did not like it as much as I should. I did not appreciate it, I will say it like that. I don't even want to say that I didn't like it. And you can see it in my letterbox, because there I had given it 3 stars at the beginning after watching it, but now it's at 5 stars. So I'm gonna be talking a bit about why and how that happened. But basically it made me realize how much of an influence the marketing on a movie is. And this was to the detriment of it, because if I had seen the movie without any expectations, it would have been a very different experience, because I expected it to be something that it was not completely. And sometimes that happens and you're surprised and you're happy with it, but this was so different than the marketing and the way that I pictured it in my head, which is my own fault, that I left not liking it, and that was tragic. But actually I think this movie, the way it marketed itself and the way it ended up being, is even a commentary on itself. And I'll get more onto it when I'm talking about the movie, because the movie, it markets itself as a zombie movie with blood and guts and a thriller horror movie, but it's not. I mean, the first half of the movie is, but the rest is a really emotional and tender story about love and about motherhood and about being a kid and the relationship with your parents and all of that. At first I was angry that that was what they showed me, but if I hadn't seen the marketing and if I hadn't expected another thing, I would have enjoyed it more the first time. The second time I watched it, I loved it. But even my expectations on the marketing played into the themes of the movie, weirdly, because the movie shows you the importance of love in a society and in a world full of violence and full of just hierarchies that are damaging and nonsensical, but that they are easy to fall into. It made me realize that the important things in life are sometimes hidden, and you have to fight even harder to get to them than to what is expected to be hard in the world, like killing, violence, being like the alpha male. All of that, the movie made me realize and really restructure my thinking with the help of the marketing, that the more difficult and the more rewarding path in the end is a path of loss. And that's incredible for a movie and its marketing to make you feel maybe it was not intentional, but damn. Damn. So all in all, I'm gonna start talking about the movie. I already talked a lot about very conceptual and broad stuff, but so yes, the movie itself, it blew my mind. Even the first time I watched it, the first half of it, which is what I expected the movie to be, oh my god, I was watching it and I was thinking, this is perfect. Everything is perfect. Like, the editing pulls you in, the music is tense, the acting is great. Kudos to the kid that plays Spike. Oh my god, I'm forgetting. Alfie Williams, that's his name, and he carried the movie, and he's a kid, and I hadn't seen that maybe since Fablemans. Just a young kid carrying a movie. But the supporting cast, Jodie Comer was great, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ray Fiennes, really great cast. Extras, amazing work too. Like the twitching Attack on Titan zombies were great, and they added a lot of tension to the pursuits, to the action, etc. And the action, So the action is amazing. A lot of people have criticized the camera work, but I liked it. I think it was varied, interesting. Like, it didn't feel stale. Like the way that the camera shifted and they used the iPhone rigs of like the bullet time effect, it felt original, and that's why I also liked it. Like, it tried different things, it felt new, it didn't feel like any other movie, and that's kudos. I mean, we're in 2025 and we've watched thousands of movies and gone through them, and this felt new, story-wise and in a technical way, and that's great. Honestly, to make an original movie that feels distinct is super difficult. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen the use of a camera in that way, in an iPhone camera. I mean, a lot of people say it's a gimmick, but I think it served the story. Like, I mean, it feels very gritty. It allows for some very interesting shots, like the bullet time effect in some of the killings. And I thought it was badass. I thought it was a good use of bullet time. Like, it shocked you. And I think it plays well into the story because the first half is all about shock, and it's where you see these bullet time images. Like, it's about violence and about how you have to grow up to be a soldier. And the editing played into this. Like, a lot of people criticize the implementation of like stock footage of war, etc. But I think it worked. And again, it's interesting. It didn't rely on exposition or very common ways of explaining themes, but it was very unique. Like, the way the music also played into the editing, and kudos to Young Fathers. Oh my god, what a soundtrack. What a freaking soundtrack. That was one of the best soundtracks I've heard in my life. And apparently Danny Boyle found them in a festival or something like that, and then hired them for the movie. But he made the absolute right choice, because it's a mix of rock with like the orchestral sounds of a movie score, and they got the melodies right. Everything clicked, even if some of the choices are kind of odd, like the Boots song that not song, I don't know if it's a song or a remix. What would you call it? But the Boots poem played really well as a score in the movie. And then I'm gonna tell you the story of how I got turned into liking the movie, because as I mentioned at the beginning, I did not really like it. Again, I'm ashamed to say that, but then I started listening to the soundtrack in the next few days, especially to the track Remember, when Spike honors his mother by placing her skull in the top of the Bone Temple. That sounds really cryptic and really odd and kind of scary, but actually it's really emotional. And that was one of my biggest surprise, that what happens is all within this gritty, horrible monster story, but the emotion that it carries is so powerful. And the track Remember, it plays during the mother's death, when she's comforting Spike before she dies, and when Ray Fiennes explains to them that you have to remember not only that you have to die, but that you have to love. And that, even when I saw the movie, I was like shook. Like, what is this? This is different than what I expected. That's why I was kind of confused. And then I started listening to the soundtrack in the next few days, to the Remember track and to the Causeway track. I'll talk about that in a bit, the one where they arrive to the town, the dad and Spike, and the monster is chasing them. But when I listened to Remember, I started tearing up. I cried when I listened to that song, and I was like, what is this? Like, it's a beautiful song, but I'm feeling so emotional because I'm remembering the story. And I realized I am so emotional because I'm remembering the topics, the story of Spike, his arc, like how he chose love before all the like societal stigma of his town, and how he learned to love from his mother but to be a warrior from the dad, and how he has become his own person with those two. Damn, I was like, what? Did I see this movie? And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I did see this movie, but I didn't realize how powerful it was. and thanks to young fathers, I realized it. But then I went back to watch the movie with my girlfriend. We loved it, and it was super powerful. The second time we watched it, it was incredibly powerful, and like knowing what you're gonna get, and watching it with the themes in mind and wanting to explore more what the movie's about. I mean, it clicked, and it was an incredible experience, and I gave it a 5 stars in Letterboxd, from a 3 to a 5. That has never happened in the history of my Letterboxd. So I was really amazed. So yes, then as I mentioned, the other track is the track of the causeway, when the alpha male, when the alpha zombie is chasing them, well, like alpha male slash zombie is chasing them through the causeway. And that also was so original. The fact that it was an orchestral score following this huge epic chase. I mean, usually in a normal movie it would be like, I don't know, just a thrilling score, maybe some scenes, but it wouldn't be like this epic orchestral score. And when you're watching it, you're like, what? Why? It works, but why? You're seeing this. It works because also you're seeing this beautiful sky with the stars and the colors. And at first I was like, what is this? It's great, but I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, and why is Gamora. And then I started thinking about it again after watching the movie, and this is the great part about it. And it's something Steven Spielberg says, that you have to leave a movie hungry, not satisfied. And this movie proved it, because I left the movie and I wanted to go back and explore what it's about, and you want to think about it. But when you're watching the causeway scene, you're like, why is it so epic and grand and beautiful? And as I thought about it, I was like, so that's the climax and the culmination of Spike's story with the dad. I think that's when he learned everything from him. He learned to be a warrior, to shoot. He learned to explore, to track, etc. And to experience the world, like the violence in the world, etc. Some might say, even the mom said that it was like too crazy to bring a 12-year-old kid. I agree, doing like hunting zombies. But Spike learned something from it, and the culmination of this is like the epic chase and legendary scenario of being chased by an alpha and then being this close to dying. And I think it's because that moment when they are chased by the alpha and they kill the alpha, that Spike becomes the legend that his dad wants him to be. Like I compared it to Valhalla. Like he's in Valhalla, like the heaven of warriors, where you see this beautiful sky and you are killing the giant. And Spike has reached the status of a legend, like what all the townspeople want to be. And they make this party, they present girls to him, and they get him to drink. Like he's become this Viking warrior. But Spike then chooses to follow love. And that's so powerful. That's incredibly powerful. At least I thought it was really powerful, because and he sees his dad like chasing this life of just like the Viking life, the berserk life, as a character later says. The alpha zombies are berserk, and it's like a direct parallel to the humans, to the dad and etc. that do show Spike how to be a warrior. But there's more to life than that, right? And Spike sees that, and he's the only one that sees that, and that's when his journey starts. And you think, because of the marketing and because of all the other zombie movies, you think that the story is gonna be like he's gonna become the zombie killing machine. But no, he follows love, and he follows the idea of helping his mom. He follows family, and that's a proper hero arc. That was amazing. And part of it as well is the actual bone temple. Like when you see it, you see it's like a parallel to the story. You see the story in this world of monsters and the bone temple with the skulls and the bones, and you're like, what? This is kind of horrible. and scary and creepy, but and that's how the town sees the Bone Temple as well, like in this twisted way that if you're burning bodies, it has to be like a sick practice that this doctor is doing. Like they are angry at the doctor, like they don't even want to see him. That's kind of where we are in the world as well, in a way. Like you don't want to see past things sometimes. And the fact that the Ray Fiennes character, the doctor, and the Bone Temple are actually, if you see what they actually are, and you see the skulls and everything after he explains the context, and you're like, that's actually beautiful. That's actually really honoring of people, death, even the zombies, the infected, and the souls. And when Spike gets drugged with the morphine while the mom is being taken out, and the souls start circling in the form of fire and everything, that was also like very cathartic. I don't even know why, but it I mean, it subverted expectations. That's really powerful, and in a powerful way. So yeah, I'm also trying to still figure out what it all means, and that's the best part. That you don't know what it means, but it makes you feel things, and it makes you think about yourself and the world. Now the zombies, I haven't talked about the zombies, but the action with the zombies was really cool. They are creepy as hell, and the way they move, like the Attack on Titan zombies, was great. And I think I like that the alpha zombies were like a metaphor to the town and like the culture of the dad and everything. That they are berserk warriors, and they just procreate, impregnate other zombies and kill in the most crazy ways. And it was like a reflection of the world, and the fact that they have now this baby, which it was a weird scene when the zombie was giving birth, not gonna lie. But then again, you think about it and you're like, okay, that's also like the way that Ayla, the Jodie Comer character, and the zombie connected, was also like a bond of love and understanding that transcended like even brain viruses. And then and the baby that came out of it is also like such a powerful image, especially when Spike is going through this vision of the souls and everything, and you get these close-ups of the baby and the music swells. I don't know, it was, again, I'm trying to figure it out, but it's so powerful. It's like life, birth, the power of life and love, etc. Wow. One of the only things that still kind of throws me off, and not in a big way, I mean, is all the part with the soldiers and that Swedish soldier, I think. I mean, it contextualizes the world, and that they are like in this island, secluded from society. Well, the UK is excluded. It's not an island. Well, it is an island. I'm confused, but if it is an island, it's secluded from society, and but not much else. Some cool action, maybe zombie killing times, but aside from that, there's not much. I think that could be maybe have been different, but yeah, I mean, it was like a pit stop. It felt episodic. It felt a bit episodic, but yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. The rest, I'm still giving it 5 stars. I won't change the rating, even if that's kind of a nitpick. The rest is so great that I'm giving it 5 stars. The ending also was very weird for me and for people. After watching it again, it's not that bothersome. Like I mean, it's different. Again, it's like it's a silly preamble to the next one. Hopefully the next one also tries new things and doesn't try to copy the first one, but also doesn't go very crazy. I don't know, I just set expectations that are super unclear. But hopefully I like the second one. But the ending, yeah, I mean, it was silly and weird, and I don't see that as a bad thing per se. Like, I'm in this point that and myself included, we say, oh, we want new movies. But when they show us new weird movies, we're like, nah, no, that's too much. And then they show us something normal, and then that's boring. And I don't know, the world right now is like, including myself, is in a weird spot where, I think marketing plays a lot into it, and we just have to, I think, open ourselves up to the movies a bit more and not to our expectations. We have to have expectations, obviously, but so I think we need to put expectations in a different shelf when we watch the movie. We are allowed to have them, absolutely, but we have to understand that if we give too much importance to them, it might be a detriment, even if the movie is not bad per se. Too high expectations might be harmful. So yes, conclusion. I love the movie, super recommend it. It was really reassuring of the power of movies, at least for me, like the way it can move you even after watching it, and the way you're thinking about it, and the way the thoughts about it apply to your own life. That was super powerful, and it has been maybe years since I felt that from a movie. So thank you, Alex Garland, Danny Boyle, the cast. You did an amazing job. Hopefully the next one is good. Nia Da Costa is gonna direct it. I didn't see the Marvel, so I'm not very familiar with her directing style, but I think with the groundwork that this movie brought, she can do great things with it. Again, I wouldn't like to see a copy of it, but for her to do her own thing would be great. So yes, I'm giving it 10 out of 10, 5 stars. A lot of people will disagree, I think, but for me the power of its themes and execution, including acting, cinematography, music, etc., overtakes the few nitpicks that I might have, and it makes me want to give it 5 stars. I'm sorry if it's not fair, but that's the way it is. And thank you all for watching. I hope you watched the movie, really recommend it, and let me know what you thought about it.